together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, sad Tim, we don't have any hockey to talk about.
Oh no! Oh, bummer.
But we get playoffs starting tomorrow. So there we go. There's the bright side of it. We get the postseason starting tomorrow. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. And yesterday was a day in the black, so I can't complain. Up 0.6 units. MLB went 1-1, and NHL went 3-2-1. And the one game was void, was the only one I didn't have an over in. We started off Detroit and Texas over 8.5 was a winner. I ended up grabbing Tim like an alternative over 11.5 with a boost up to plus 231. And then I grabbed a small little piece of a same gamer with the Tigers team total over 4.5. First 5 over 4.5, full game over 9. And all of that cash by the 5th inning, which was fun. And then the other baseball game was not as fun. LA and Tampa Bay, they really teased me. They got 2 runs in the first inning. And then the Angels tacked on 1 in the 6th, and that was it. So 1-1 in baseball, down 0.05 units. In the NHL, I bet overs in every game. I went 3-2-1 doing so. Seattle, Minnesota over 5.5 was a winner. Vancouver, Winnipeg over 5.5 was a winner. If you bet every game over 5.5, you bet 5-1 yesterday. So over 6, San Jose and Calgary was a push. I believe it was Fabian Zetterlund with the Sharks scored a goal with 9.8 seconds left in regulation to push that total, which is nice. The most frustrating game of the night, though, for my over is Edmonton, Colorado. There was not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 goals in the first period. Game finishes 5-1. Over 6.5 was a loser. Anaheim, Vegas over 6 finishes 4-1. I did make some money back on that game with the live over 3.5, live over 4.5. So I made a couple bucks back on that game. And then Chicago, LA over 5.5, minus 130 was a winner to end the night. And I ended up grabbing the Kings live at plus 200 when the Blackhawks made it 4-3. And the Kings win in overtime, which sets them up for a matchup against the Edmonton Oilers again. So there you go. So overall, up 0.6 units yesterday. Day in the black, can't complain.
Yeah. It was slightly in the red yesterday. Down 0.34 units on the site. You mentioned your overs in the hockey games went 3-2-1 because you had the push on the Calgary game. The only other play we had up on the site yesterday was the Arizona Diamondbacks. You know what? I figured horrible spot for the Giants. Having to travel, no days off, all that stuff, and it did not matter. It just didn't. So it is what it is, and we move on. We got a nice slate of baseball today. Before we jump into the actual games, Nick, we need to bring up one thing first. How about some City Connect jerseys? The New York Mets came out with their City Connect jerseys today. I think they look great. I really like them. It's different. Now, would I have liked it if it had, Queens across the front? I think that might have been
Queens
a little bit better.
Cool, yeah.
But NYC kind of gives off like a Negro League vibes, and I will say I will be getting one of those hats.
Yeah. My only it actually gives me some New York Giants vibes, like the old New York baseball Giants.
Did you see the baseball? All right.
Yeah. It gives me old New York baseball Giants vibes, kind of. Like it gives me like that. The only problem
It
is
could be.
it kind of gives off a little bit of Yankee vibes too. That's my only complaint is it looks like you can easily convince me this is the Yankees one too. That's the only problem with this. You can convince me it's the Yankees one as well. But yeah, I'll be
I mentioned them.
Fanatic Sportsbook so I can bring up my rewards again and I can get it.
But let's head to the chat, Nick, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. Are you heading to the chat or you need to?
Yo, what's up, Mr. Markel in the chat? Cutter Grothier is a cash cow. Over 2.5 shots for plus 400.
You know, he made his debut with the Ducks last night.
Oh, rookie. Cool. 2-0 day. For me yesterday, 6-3 the day before. Nick, it looks like I just needed a bigger database to profit. Hey, sometimes. Trash jersey, no. Mets jerseys look ghetto. I mean, it's New York City, so Young Ho Lee fans need to chill out. They think he's God or something. He's had a good start to the season. Let's cash wins. Let's do it. Money line. Cubs versus Yankees in the World Series. I don't see the Yankees making
I like the Cubs an awful lot. That's just me, though.
Yes, Kings money line today. Kings money line. All right, Nick. I already put it up on the site, so let's just talk about it.
Yeah, we went over this matchup yesterday, though. If you remember, Chicago Cubs and the Miami Marlins minus 170 favorites, total of 9.5 in this game. Line opened up around a 165-ish, and it's now up to a 167, so a slight move towards the Chicago Cubs. Line opened up 9.5 even money. It's now 9.5 minus 110. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Cubbies here in this game. We have a 50-50 split on the tickets, or on the run line. We have 74% of the tickets are on the Cubbies. Slight move towards the Cubbies here. In this one, we have Jesus Luzardo and Shota Imagina, the pitching matchup here. And finally, Tim, playoffs for hockey signified I need to set up my spreadsheet for baseball. So let's get into it here. Jesus Luzardo so far this season has a 7.65 ERA, 1.55 whip, 9.45 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 4.5 walks per nine, a 3.08 BABIP, a 5.85 FIP, and a 4.32 SIERA. Shota Imagina has been remarkable to start the year. 0 earned runs, 0 ERA, 0.72 whip, 9.39 strikeouts per nine, 27%, 1.17 walks per nine. He doesn't walk many batters. A 2.22 BABIP, a 2.20 BABIP, a 1.5 FIP, and a 3.45 SIERA. The Cubs bullpen so far is graded out to be one of the better bullpens in baseball. They have a 2.65 FIP and a 3.98 SIERA compared to 4.81 and 4.21 for the Miami Marlins. When it comes to the lineups here against left-handed pitching, because these are both left-handed pitchers, the Cubbies have absolutely pulverized left-handed hitters this year. Number one in WRC plus at 147 this year. Mm-hmm. On the flip side, the Miami Marlins, you want to take a guess where they are, Tim, against left-handed pitchers? Dead freaking last. 47 WRC plus, 30th in baseball, which screams the Cubs destroy them today. And I'm on the Cubs -1 at -128. You can talk me into a Cubs team total over in this game. You can talk me into a Cubs first 5 run line to this game as well, thinking Shota Imagina comes out here and shoves. And actually, I'm going to move on that first 5. I'm going to double up on the Cubs today, take them first 5 in full game for the first 5 run line as well. So I'm going to shop around for the best number for the first 5 run line as well. We're going to start off at 220 with the double up on the Chicago Cubs.
Wait, is it Imagina?
Yeah,
I'm seeing Taleon. I'm seeing Taleon online.
I set up the spreadsheet with it.
I think Imagina might be going tomorrow in the second game.
Yeah. Still, Yeah, let me switch that over. Let me switch that over real quick, and then I will break down Jameson Taillon, which I believe it was just I think it's his first start of the year.
It is. Yep.
Okay. Then I will pump the brakes on the first 5 run line. Then I do think that then maybe that should pivot me towards what do you call it? That should pivot me more towards a team total over for the Cubbies rather than a what do you call it? Rather than a first 5 run line.
All right, we're already on.
I'm sorry for the misinformation. I typed in the wrong. I think I typed in my spreadsheet before that game was postponed yesterday.
Got it. We're already on the Cubs run line. And it's what 14-5 this year, fading the Marlins.
Yep.
Let's just keep doing it. This has been a team that's been awfully dreadful. And we get to do it twice tomorrow, Nick. So I'm excited for that. And me and you, we claimed in the beginning of the year, we said last place Marlins. Well, the only team that's worse than the Marlins right now is the Chicago White Sox. Yeah. Let's just keep rolling with the Cubbies or fading the Marlins.
Yeah, I'm gonna shop around. I'm gonna try to find a team total over.
Missed the value on Cubs, maybe -0.5 versus 5 to chase the -120. I don't know. Under 9.5. And I could see the only problem with the under is I could see the Cubs putting up 7-8 runs.
By the way, for those maybe that do like the under, here's something that'll help you pump the brakes maybe a little bit on it, because I'm going to take the team total over for the Cubs most likely. There are anywhere between 17 to 19 mile an hour winds blowing out today in Wrigley. There's a reason why those totals are 9.5. Gotcha.
Cubs money line parlay. That would be for tomorrow. DK Cubs team total over first 5. Yes. That sounds good, Bot. Hit him early and often. It's AJ Puke today, so let's head to this one, Nick.
Yeah, I'm seeing real quick with it's a -136. Yeah. I was trying to figure it out what a team total over 5 would be, but I'm seeing I want to see what the Caesars number for it is. I'm going to keep looking at it for a team total over with the Chicago Cubs. But let's get into the next one here. Pittsburgh Pirates and Boston Red Sox. Pirates -110 favorites, total 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. We have Quentin Priester and Brian Bayo, your pitching matchup here. Line open up at a -115 for the Pirates. It's down to a -110. So we've had a move towards the Red Sox in this game here. Line opened up at an 8.5, -105. It's now an 8.5 at even money. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Red Sox in this game here. The only thing we have tickets on is this side with 38% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the Red Sox in this game here. Take a look here. We have, I was undecided. I think this is Priester's first game of the year.
It is.
First start of the year.
Yeah, and it's his first start in the major leagues since last year. Oh, obviously last year probably. That's minors stats, advanced stats. Oh, MLB. Yeah, he pitched 3 times last year for a solid. Oh no, sorry. He pitched 10 times last year. He started 8 games, and he allowed 43 earned runs in 50 innings.
Yeah. Real quick, can you let me know, is Quentin Priester a righty or a lefty?
He is a right-handed pitcher.
Right-handed pitcher. Okay.
He was a first round 18th overall pick.
Okay. I just want to know because I needed to have the correct numbers for the Red Sox hitting. I have nothing on Quentin Priester. This is his first start of the year. For Brian Bayo, 3.92 ERA, 1.21 whip, 8.27 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.18 walks per 9, a 271 BABIP, a 4.75 FIP, and a 3.63 Sierra. The slight actually, my bad. I can't use bullpens right now because I forgot I have to switch those numbers because those are, I think, last year's numbers. which is why I'm seeing the Rays bullpen look so good on my spreadsheet. So I take that back with the bullpens. I will update that once Tim's breaking it down. For hitting advantage against righties, 94 WRC plus was 18th for the Pirates, 87 which is 22nd for the Red Sox. So both these teams are below average when it comes to hitting left-handed or right-handed pitching. So maybe slight edge towards the pitchers here. Looks like a decent matchup for Priester in his first start. This is a no play for me. There's a couple that I would like to see. Them pitch first before I go ahead and make judgments on them when it comes to starters making their debut today. And we'll be talking about another one in a couple games where I think I would like to see what they look like first before I back them. Quentin Priester and Justin Verlander are those two pitchers that I'm kind of wanting to see first.
That's fair. I'm going to be on Brian Balo and the Red Sox. This is just I'm a fan of Balo. I think he's gonna have a good year this year, and in return, I'm gonna try to back him whenever I can. This is at a pick'em price in Pittsburgh. I think it's just a good spot overall for him, and with Brian Balo, he's had a good start to the year, I will say. The Red Sox are 3-1 in his starts, and he's only allowed 9 earned runs in 20 and 2/3 innings. So, and it's Seattle, Baltimore was in there. He only allowed 1 earned run against Baltimore, who's got one of the best offenses in baseball. So this is I think it's a good spot for him against a Pittsburgh Pirates team that, as I mentioned before the Mets series, you could be looking at some regression. They've lost 4 out of their last 5. And this is not going to be the team that you saw in the beginning that was this crazy good team. They're going to be good. A lot of people were saying, hey, maybe they might make a push towards the division. No.
It's still the Cubs.
Red Sox here. Red Sox money line for me.
Yeah. The division's still the Cubs to lose.
Division still is a Cubs division right now. We get the Stacks pod, Nick. It's a RBI by Matt Olson at plus 140. Get it.
That game does feel like a good over, so yeah, I can see some player props in that game.
Red Sox money line. Yeah. Priester was shit last year. He pitched, he was not good. Red Sox to win the series plus 115. I like that. The under 8.5. I don't know if I can see the under. I think the Red Sox are going to hit a little bit. Give me the Sox. And good morning from Mr. Nathan, who hit a nice little thing in video poker last night. So, let's head to this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago White Sox minus 175 for the Phillies. Total 7.5 in this game. Let's get into this one. I did a free pick video on this game last night, and I gave out my play on this one. The line has moved since that free pick video last night. So let's get into it here, where we have Garrett Crochet and Spencer Turnbull, your pitching matchup for this one. Take a look at the line history in this game, where this line opened up at a 168 for the Phillies. We're looking at a 187 now, so we've had a massive move towards these fighting Phils. And we've had a decent move towards the under as well. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money. It went down to a 9, or went down to an 8. Now it's a 7.5. So we've seen a full run line movement down in this game here. Taking a look at the cash flow, 60% of the tickets, 73% of the cash on the over, and the line's dropped a full run. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Garrett Crochet and Spencer Turnbull. Crochet, this is his fifth appearance on the year. He has a 3.57 ERA, 0.82 whip, 84 whip, 12.31 strikeouts per 9, which is a 35% strikeout rate. 1.59 walks per nine, a 260 BABIP, but 2.27 FIP, and a 2.27 SIERA. On the flip side, Spencer Turnbull, 1.8 ERA, 0.93 WHIP, 9.6 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 3 walks per nine, 211 BABIP, a 313 FIP, and a 3.46 SIERA. The bullpen advantage, massive towards the Philadelphia Phillies. No surprise here, 3.63 FIP, 3.56 SIERA compared to 5.08 and 4.71. Hitting advantage, massive towards the Philadelphia Phillies, 104 WRC plus, which is 15th against left-handed pitchers. Against left-handed pitchers. And the White Sox against righties are dead last, 73 WRC plus, which is 30th. I don't see the White Sox producing many runs in this game. Spencer Turnbull has looked a lot better. He's changed his pitch repertoire a little bit. Last year, I believe his fastball was getting hit, and he's turned more into a slider, breaking ball pitcher, learning what was not getting hit and what was getting hit last year. He's looked good since changing his repertoire. And Garrett Crochet, I think, is the best pitcher on this White Sox staff. I don't think it's particularly close. And I look forward to him being the only reason why I can potentially trust the White Sox for anything this year, is maybe unders with him and maybe some White Sox first fives or stuff like that. I'm on the first five under 4.5 in this game at minus 125. We're seeing fours now. I would shop around because we're seeing 4 on the book that I betted on Bet 365 last night. But if you want the 4.5 still, minus 130 on Fanatics, I'm fine with that. I paid minus 130 on BetMGM. I'm fine with that. I paid minus 125 for it. I don't mind the extra 5 cents. And I think this hook is important because I can see this being 2-2 at the end of 5. So first 5 under 4.5 for me in this game between the White Sox and the Phillies.
Yeah, I don't really feel the need to get involved in this one. If anything, I feel like it could be looked towards the Philly run line, just because I obviously we don't think is good. White Sox. The only reason why they're this close of a line is because of Crochet. So, and we saw last time Crochet went out on the mound, he got hit. 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 hits against the Cincinnati Reds. Granted, that was all in 1 inning. I will say maybe look towards a Crochet strikeout prop. Could be interesting if you're doing anything with that, because he's gotten 8, 8, 5, and 10 strikeouts in his 4 starts. But for me, it would be the run line or nothing for the Phillies. There's no way I'm even coming close to betting the White Sox.
Yeah. And when you look at the Phillies so far this year, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th for most strikeouts in baseball at 167. And you see the strikeout rate there for Mr. Crochet, 35%. I would like to take a look at this Phillies lineup to see what their strikeout rate is. And maybe we can find some value on some strikeout props potentially.
You could. Yeah, and it hit a nice. Yeah, we saw you. I got you. Phillies have been having a real tough time covering the run line this season. That's why I'm not betting this game. White Sox team total under. I could see that. Philly run line. I could also see that. First 5 under 4.5. There you go. Good morning. Just hopped on. Are we going to the Cubs after the cancellation? Are the Marlins playing that day? We are fading them. That's how it's going to be. I'm on those fighting Phils. I like that team total under. I could definitely see the team total under. I think there's definitely value there. All right, Nick. I know this is one that we've had conversations about last night.
Yeah. Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals. Minus 165 for the Astros, total 8.5 in this game. Justin Verlander makes his season debut for these Houston Astros against Mackenzie Gore, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 160. It's up to a 165. So we have a 5-cent line movement towards the Houston Astros. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. So they kind of think that that Justin Verlander can pitch well in his first start. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 59% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the Houston Astros on the money line with the line moving towards them. And then we have a 50-50 split on the tickets for the total in this game here. We are in Washington. Kind of a tricky travel spot for the Nationals, traveling west to east. Granted, they had a day off, cool, but you're coming back from a 9-game West Coast road trip, which is not a fun situation because they were in San Fran, in Oakland, and then in LA to close out that road trip. That's an extended West Coast California road trip. That's no fun to play the first game back from that. I think that's a fade spot here. Now, with that being said, how much do we trust Justin Verlander? This is his first start of the season. And then on the flip side, Mackenzie Gore, 2.81 ERA, 1.19 whip, 12.94 strikeouts per 9, which is 35%. So he's another high strikeout guy. 35% strikeout rate. Granted, through 3 starts, he's played Oakland, Philly, and Pittsburgh. So take that with the way it is. 2.81 walks per 9, a 3.82 BABIP, a 2.45 FIP, and a 2.61 SIERA. Both these teams are hitting pretty well. The Nationals 109 WRC plus, which is 9th against righties, and against lefties, the Houston Astros smash 140 WRC plus, which is 2nd. The bullpen advantage does go towards Washington so far this year, which is crazy when you see the names in the back of that bullpen for the Houston Astros. They are too good to be this bad. They just are. And I look for the Astros to jump on Gore because they mash lefties. This line moving towards the under, though, suggests that Verlander can pitch well, which is leading me more towards an Astros play in this one here. Now, the bullpen advantage, they say, goes towards the numbers say goes towards the Nationals so far in this season. I can only look first 5 run line with the Houston Astros in this game is the way I would look here. My worry is that this is too low of a variant to the type of game for that to hit. Minus 115 on Caesars and minus 115 on BetMGM for the first 5 run line. I would only look Houston in this game. I think there's going to be value on Houston going forward with this bad start. I think they'll be fine. I know a lot of people are starting to hit the panic button for the Astros. They'll be fine. I can only look first 5 run line in this game with the Astros.
I think it's way too early to hit any type of panic button.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's just April baseball.
Oh, yeah. It's a very, very early. And we mentioned before, we see this Astros team the same way as we kind of view a lot of people probably viewed the Oilers this year. Yes. So we're not concerned yet. That being said, I'm on the Nationals. This is the first start for Verlander this year. And I don't know how he's going to look. And I'm getting a nice plus like 140 tag on the Nationals at home with Mackenzie Gore that I really like. So when there's a bunch of question marks, kind of we'll see how that goes. But I like Mackenzie Gore and the Nationals here.
Fair. I couldn't get to it. Trying to find props for this game. Where is runs in this game?
Astros run line, Nats plus 1.5. So 2 people on the opposite side. Good luck to you both. Supness. So about them Nats. Yes, please, Nationals. I'll take the Nationals today. Where's Max Scherzer at? Oh, on the IL.
Yeah.
Nats and Orioles might have a season. Go DMV, but to be honest, game might get rained out.
Oh.
Thank you, Weatherman Lex. Appreciate it. Can I get Phillies money line plus the Chicago White Sox team total under? It's not a
That's
bad
not a
option.
bad look either. I'm seeing around anywhere between 22 to 34% chance of participation for this game, by the way.
Okay. Altuve hit, Tucker hit, parlay. Okay. Verlander has an unreal two-seam fastball. Oh, Verlander's fantastic. We're not saying that he's not good, but yeah. Yeah, Tim, Nats for the win. Yes, Nationals today. All right, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, well. Okay. Never mind. I was trying to find a team total for the Cubbies still, but it's either 4.5 juiced or 5.5, and I'm not going to do that. Tampa Bay Rays and the New York Yankees -160 for the Bronx Bombers, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between Tyler Alexander and Clark Schmidt. Line opened up with the Yankees as -135 favorites, where it is skyrocketed up to -172, a big movement towards the Yankees in this game. Line opening up at a 9 and even money. It's down to an 8.5, though, so you do have a move towards the under in this game. We have 83% of the tickets, 96% of the cash on the under. Explains the line move towards said under, with no tickets or cash flow on the side in this game here. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where it's Clark Schmidt and it is Tyler Alexander. So this is Tyler Alexander's 4th appearance of the season, where he's actually pitched in about 15 and a third innings pitched. So he has a decent sample size here, where he's been not good. 6.46 ERA, 1.63 WHIP, 7.04 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 2.93 walks per nine, a 3.13 BABIP, a 6.85 FIP, and a 4.79 SIERA. Clark Schmidt on the other side here. This is his 4th appearance as well. He's faced Cleveland, Toronto, and Houston, where he has a 3.68 ERA, 1.64 WHIP, 9.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%. 4.91 walks per nine, a 3.395 BABIP, a 3.54 FIP, and a 4.20 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the New York Yankees because the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen's been arguably the worst in baseball this year. 5.66 FIP and a 4.76 SIERA for the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen. Their bullpen's just been awful this year. 4.24 and 4.33 for the Yankees. So they do have the bullpen advantage here. Massive line move towards the Yankees. And I kind of agree with it here. They have the hitting advantage. They have the bullpen advantage. They have the starting pitching advantage. They're at home. The line's moving towards them. We don't have tickets or cash flow for them. But this is Yankees -1 for me, if anything. And I would like to see the best available number for it. If it's within reason, I'll probably make a move on it. Where I'm seeing 165 and +115. I'm going to punch that in here, see what type of number we're getting for the Yankees -1, which is -123. I'm going to move on the Yankees -1 in this game over on Bet365 at -123.
I kind of want to double down on this game, Nick. I want to grab the Yankees in the over.
I don't like the over. I mean the numbers, the pitchers would suggest over. But the way that this market is moving is inviting over money. If that makes sense.
The thing is, I'm just expecting a 7-4 type of game where the Yankees cover the run line and it gets over this total kind of deal. So that's what I'm kind of seeing in this one. I'm thinking more 5-3 type of game. I do like your Yankee run line. So we'll probably be on that. Even though I'm not a big fan of Schmidt, this is more of a wanting to fade the Tampa Bay Rays that I'm still not high on. I think they're going to be, I still think last place, maybe 4th place Rays because I could see a last place Blue Jays, but this is it's a Yankee spot for me.
Yeah. Why is this? Oh, that's right, because I typed in the wrong number for the money line here. I was like, the amount I put in does not add up to the amount I was supposed to bet on this game for the -123. It's because I typed in the win amount on where I should have put the risk amount in. So the amount was off. There we go. Yankees -1, -123 for me.
Run line is plus 115.
Yep.
Back to
Check
10,
out.
please.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I was writing it down. Where do you leave off?
I don't remember. Shit. Hold on. Click off here. Click off here. 7 comments.
Did we skip the Angels and Reds? I had no line for the Angels and Reds. Do we have a pitcher for the we do not have a pitcher for the Reds. I can't give a breakdown with a game I don't know a pitcher for. Unless is it supposed to be Lodolo? Because that's what I have on my spreadsheet is Lodolo. But I didn't have a line this morning while typing up the games. So I did not put it in. I'm sorry. I like the Nationals with you. Something's clinically wrong with the Astros when the Nats have more wins than them.
It's still very, very early in the season, so keep that
very early in the season. Very, very early. I would still be interested in the Astros to win the division, and then I think now is probably a good time to grab some. Because also keep in mind, I would like to actually here go through the chat, Tim. I want to look up real quick with this Astros team because I want to make a point with this Astros team. So let's take a look here. With all the injuries they have, is the problem on the pitching side. So there we go. Yeah, they have half their rotation on the IL right now. Framber Valdez is hurt. Jose Urquidy is hurt. Luis Garcia is hurt. Justin Verlander is coming back finally. So they are dealing with injuries. And Kendall Graveman is hurt as well. And that's not to mention the injured position players they have too, which if I can find those, that'd be cool. But they've got some injuries they're dealing with. So that's why this team's not been very good. It's because their rotation heading into the season was not supposed to be Rynel Blanco, Christian Javier, Hunter Brown, and JP France. It wasn't. So that's why they've been struggling. It's because they don't have their big starters.
Okay. Yankees team total over. Mets have speed. Mets have power. You want the clip?
The Mets need speed. The Mets need power. The Mets need pitching. That's what I'm thinking about right now.
That clip. There you go. Yankee money line parlay piece. It could be. I'm not going to talk you off of that. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. I still have yet to win a Yankee bet, so I'm going to grab them -1 or -1.5. I just grabbed them -1.5. Yankee -1 and Cub run line parlay.
Yankees Cubs two-teamer is actually kind of attractive, yeah.
Let's head to this one, Nick.
Yeah, Cleveland Guardians and the Oakland Athletics. The Guardians -160 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here between our good old Oakland A's with Boyle Jake Boyle on the mound, taking on Tristan McKenzie. Line opened up at a 185 down to a 163. So we do have a move towards the Oakland A's as per usual. And this line opened up at an 8.5. It got down to an 8. It's back up to an 8.5. It's moved 10 cents towards the under since the opening line. And as usual, Tim, the sharp money is on the Oakland A's. 90% and 77% of the cash is on the Cleveland Guardians. The line moving towards the Oakland A's here, 5,800 tickets in. We have nothing on the total in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Joe Boyle, who is making his 4th appearance of the year. He's faced the Nationals, the Tigers, and the Red Sox. He has a 5.68 ERA, 1.82 WHIP, 10.66 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 5.68 strikeouts per 9, or 5.68 walks per 9. He walks too many batters. A 4.05 BABIP, a 2.96, and a 4.42 SIERA, though. So we expect him to be better. Tristan McKenzie, I don't think he's pitched much this year. Oh, he's pitched 3 starts this year, and he has gotten drilled in 2 of them. When he's pitched against anybody not named the Chicago White Sox, he's gotten drilled. Through the 3 starts, a 6.23 ERA, 1.77 WHIP, 3.46 walks per 9, or strikeouts per 9, which is 8%, 8.31 walks per 9. He's walked 12 batters so far this year in 13 innings pitched. That's bad. 209 BABIP, but a 7.2 FIP and a 7.79 SIERA. He's been bad this year. Maybe this is a good matchup for him though, because the Oakland A's against right-handed bats are 27th in baseball with an 80 WRC plus, compared to the Guardians, who are 103 WRC plus. This is Oakland first 5 or nothing. I mean, though, because I do not trust Tristan McKenzie, and we're getting a plus 140 on BetMGM for our first 5. I'm actually going to move on this. I'm going to take the Oakland A's in the first 5 innings at plus 140 in this game, in this spot.
Oh boy, Nick. You have fun. Although the Oakland Athletics are 4
terrible.
The Oakland Athletics are 4-2 on the road. I kind of want to look towards an over. I could easily see some runs being scored in this game. I'm not a big fan of Tristan McKenzie. I know a lot of people are hyped up on him. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid.
Nope.
And I'm not big on Boyle either. So no, this is not a game I felt like I needed to get involved in. So I'm not going to get involved in it. Good luck on that Athletics first 5, but not anything I'm going to bet.
Yeah. The wind semi blowing in. It's going anywhere between 8 to 10 miles an hour towards the first base side. So there you go.
Heard. That Mets clip, yep. It says Logan Allen pitching.
It's not.
That's Tristan McKenzie on all the books. It got Cubs run line plus 130. Athletics have been treating me great. Seems a bit too greedy to go after them. I agree.
They're a first 5 or nothing team, though. That's one thing that they are.
Sure. The books have these prices right now. I think it's McKenzie. Over, how's the weather? He mentioned it's blowing in. Cleveland -1.5 smash spot. Nick, it's not too late to buy out of your Avs futures. Also bet the Jets to win the series at plus 115.
I'm good. I like the Avs in this series. I bet those futures for a reason. I like the Avalanche this year. I don't buy out. I don't hedge. I make my futures bet and I let the consequences come my way. And I deal with the consequences later. I'm gonna stick with my Avalanche.
Okay.
Good.
How about them Brewers today? Yes, Brewers today. Boyle actually have been good the last 2 starts. Good for him. I'm gonna stay off. This should be an interesting series. And is this line too wide?
That's that's the ultimate question with this game. Is it line too wide? Because I saw this line, I'm like, damn, I know the Braves are good, but $2 favorites against the Rangers good?
The defending champions?
Yeah. Now, the Rangers have not been very good this year. Line opened up at around a 175 and immediately went up to a 183, and now it's all the way up to a 196 on BetOnline. So we've had a big line movement towards the Braves. And this line opened up at a 9.5 minus 115. It's now a 9.5 at even money. So we do have a move towards the under in this game, as well as a line move towards the Braves, which is kind of interesting there. 94% of tickets are on the Braves. That's all the cash flow we have on this game, which is extremely annoying. I wanted to see what that market was on the under, because that under, I think, could have had some appeal. Even though, actually, not really, but let's get into the pitching matchup here. Chris Sale and Andrew Heaney. I want to see how much these 2 pitchers have pitched this year. Heaney, this will be his 4th appearance. He's faced Houston twice, who mashed lefties, and he's faced Tampa Bay. So his numbers, and he faced Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay, which Tampa Bay hits better in Tampa Bay. So he's not had a fun start to his season, which explains his 6.75 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, 7.5 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 5.25 walks per nine. He does walk too many batters, but the Houston Astros are a pretty patient team. 289 BABIP, a 5.12 FIP, and a 5.21 SIERA. On the flip side, Chris Sale has looked okay this year. A 4.58 ERA, a 1.13 WHIP, 10.19 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%. 2.55 walks per nine, 302 BABIP, a 3.43 FIP, and a 3.11 SIERA in his 3 starts against the Miami Marlins, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Philadelphia Phillies. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Braves in this game slightly, and then the hitting advantage, a big one towards the Atlanta Braves, 139 WRC plus, which is number 1 in baseball versus lefties, compared to or against. Did I mix this up? No, both these are lefties. I think I actually accidentally typed in the righty numbers for the Braves, which the Braves are number 1 in baseball versus righties, and the Cubs are number 1 versus lefties. Andrew Heaney is a lefty. 112 WRC plus, which is 10th in baseball for the Braves. So my numbers were slightly off on that one. 112 WRC plus, which is 10th. I could see Heaney getting hit in this game. This market's confusing. I kind of want to see this market mature a little bit because the line move towards the under tells me that these two pitchers pitch well, which is confusing. Maybe it's a weather thing with Atlanta here today. I'm trying to figure out why this line's dropped. With the wind blowing anywhere from 6 to 7 mile an hour winds out, I don't get why this line's moving down. I really don't, which is end up going to keep me off the game because my initial thought was you got to bet the over. Neither of these teams' pitching is very good, and these are two of the best lineups in baseball. Maybe this is a gambler's first glance where you have to bet the over, then you realize when you cap it, it's more of an underplay. I would like to see the way the market matures. I might move on this first 5 under.
I think the line's too wide. I'm not a big believer in Chris Sale. I'm not super high on him. I don't think that the Braves should be almost minus 200 favorites against Texas. I know Texas has. Texas 11-8. So, I don't know, but 11-9. I think this line's a little bit too wide. I'm gonna be on Texas today. I'll grab them plus the 165. I just think that's too big of a number for me to lay off of. And could that bite me back and we come back tomorrow and end up finishing 6-3 Braves? Sure, it could have. But I think that the Texas Rangers can get the upper hand here, and I'm going to take them plus the 165.
Good luck. This is a tricky game for me. I want that under. I kind of do.
Jets to win the series at plus 115 is the single best bet in the first round.
You know what? Looking at that number and seeing the Winnipeg Jets as plus money with home ice advantage in the first round kind of makes me think it is.
It's a trap.
Braves minus 1.5.
Give me the team without home ice advantage at minus 130.
Yeah. No, I'm not on the Bears today. Mel has betrayed her kin. It is Mackenzie. I was looking at Saturday. All good. Root with heart. Bet with head. No chance the Jets stop. Nathan McKinnon. All right. You know what? I forgot to do the post on this. So let me go do that. Nick, we get this game now.
Yeah. We have the Baltimore Orioles and the Kansas City Royals. We have the Orioles minus 135 road favorites, total of 9 in this game. Let's get into it here. We have Dean Kramer taking on Alec Marsh. This line opened up with the Orioles as minus 120 favorites. It's now to a 136. So we have a decent movement towards the Baltimore Orioles in this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow or the total opened up at a 9. It's up to at -110. Now it's a 9 at -115. It did touch 9.5 for a couple minutes before coming back down. We have 36% of the tickets and 72% or 79% of the cash on the under, and yet this line moving towards the over, which is kind of confusing for the line movement there for the total. And then we have 72% of the tickets are on the Orioles, but 94% of the cash is on the Royals in this game, which is interesting, which is going to lead me to probably no play in this game when you look at the markets that way. Looking at the pitching matchup here, Dean Kramer and Alec Marsh. Dean Kramer with a 4.96 ERA, 1.22 whip, 7.71 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%. He only walks 1.1 batters per 9 innings, which is really good. 2.69 269 BABIP, a 504 FIP, and a 3.85 Sierra. On the flip side, Alec Marsh, 4.32 ERA, 1.08 whip, 5.4 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%, 1.62 walks per 9, a 259 BABIP, a 3.32 FIP, and a 4.61 Sierra. The hitting advantage is a massive one towards the Baltimore Orioles. 132 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball versus righties. On the flip side, Alec Marsh, 106, which is 10th. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Orioles in this game, 2.92 FIP, 2.69 Sierra compared to a 4.31 and a 4.59. It's an over or nothing for me. I think that's the only way I can approach this game. Seeing 79% of the money on the over and yet the line moving, or on the under, yet the line moving towards the over is kind of interesting, especially when it touched 9.5 for a moment. So I'm kind of interested in over the total here in this game at 9, but probably not going to play it.
I already put it in the chat. It is the Orioles every single day. Nothing's going to change, and it's my favorite day. It's Dean Kramer Day. It's just something I've been doing every single game this year, so why stop now? I'm just gonna keep riding this team. So far this year, if you've bet the Orioles every single game, the money line is 12-6, up 3.75 units. That's not bad. You're profitable. $100 better is up $375. $1,000 better is up $37.50. Here's where you get the real money, Nick. Run line people, 11-7. So one game worse than the money line, but you're up 7.6 units. So far, the experiment has been really solid. So we're going to just keep on rolling with the Baltimore Orioles every single day.
Sure.
Barely cashed. Oilers team total under 1.5. Was very sweaty.
Yeah, I had the over in that game. That was very frustrating.
Morning, guys. About this message, I know that's Brio Kelly. Good morning, Brio. True. No chance Jets stop Nate. Also, no chance the Avs stop pucks from going in the back of their own net. I don't think Mel understands how reverse psychology works. Anyways, got about the O's on the day of Gene Cream. I mean, it's got to be. There's the experiment so far. So I feel like the problem is, Nick, I feel like with next year, I should add first 5 money line and first 5 run line in there too, just to really get a gander at it. I should also figure out run lines compared to money lines in general, but in terms of every team. But Royals, first 5 money line. Okay. Tim, I take that back. The best bet is Jets game 1 and then series double at plus 210.
You know, you're only making me like the Avalanche more and more every single time. When you overhype a play, it makes me like the opposite side even more. Like that's like when people are over-eccentric over it.
But the thing is, Mel is a Avs fan, so I don't see it that way. I can
see this as one of those where it's an emotional hedge. Oh, you know, the Avalanche
either
are
my team advances in the playoffs or I make money doing it. Or make money.
Yeah, exactly. It's an emotional hedge. That's what it is. It's almost like if I would bet the Hurricanes to win the series, and say the Hurricanes are going to win in 5, win in 4, win in whatever. It's just an emotional hedge. It's all it is in my head, and it makes me like the Avalanche even more.
I know I should have joined the experiment day 1. I'm FOMOing in now. It's still very early in the season. This is the 19th game of the season. I'm hoping it's a lot better at the end of the year, but yeah. Stars and Bruins for tomorrow.
The Stars don't play till Sunday, I believe.
And go Leafs, go. Sam, this isn't reverse psychology. It's Georgiev versus the Vezina winner. True. The Avs can outscore the Jets any day. Nick, it's not an emotional hedge. I have bet on the Avs in the playoffs plenty.
Yeah. And for me, though, in the series, I think the ultimate I think what's going to be the determining factor is, and I said this a while ago, and why I don't like the Winnipeg Jets in the playoffs. Yeah, that's cool. They have Hellebuck, which is the best goaltender in hockey. But I mean, that we saw how that worked out last year. If you had the goalie edge, you're probably done in the first round. Because we saw who made it far into the. You look at the goaltenders that made it far into the playoffs last year. It was Adin Hill. It was Antti Ranta. It was Sergei Bobrovsky. It was Philip Grubauer. It wasn't any of the top guys. It was Akira Schmid, the goalie for New Jersey. Like, you saw all the top guys. Sorokin, Hellebuck, Shesterkin, done in the first round.
Jets have depth. Why they have swept the Avs by a combined score of 17-4 this year.
I think playoff hockey is different, and I don't think the Jets are built for playoff hockey. Truly, I do not think they're built for playoff hockey.
Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers in this one here. We have the Twins minus 145 favorites, total 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Where we have the Minnesota Twins opening up at minus 135 favorites. It's up to a 148 now. Line opened up at an 8. It's down to a 7.5. So we've moved towards the under. We've moved towards the Twins in this game. We have only 95% of the tickets are on the under. This Action Network's being completely useless today, which is really frustrating with these markets because I'm just not getting any of the information I actually want. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Jack Flaherty and Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's looked good this year, 2.6 ERA, 1.92 whip, 12.846 strikeouts per 9, which is 34%. He could be a good little strikeout prop there if you're looking for him. 1.04 walks per 9, a 293 BABIP, but 2.45 FIP and a 2.25 SIERA. On the flip side, Jack Flaherty, not as good, 4.91 ERA, 1.20 whip, 9.82 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 1.47 walks per 9, a 320 BABIP, but 4.13 FIP and a 3.07 SIERA. Bullpens are pretty split on this matchup here. And the both these teams really struggle hitting wise. 83 WRC plus, which is 26 for the Twins, and 76, which is 29th, or 76, which is 29th for the Twins, 83, which is 26 for the Tigers. Both these pitchers not hitting particularly well, which is why this line's gone from an 8 down to a 7.5. I can see both these pitchers pitching pretty well in this game. I want to look a little bit at the first 500 in this spot.
I'll be quick with it. It's two AL Central teams going up against each other. I don't get these matchups right. So to be honest, I looked at the card. I went, crossed it out, moved on. I do that with AL Central versus AL Central matchups and Toronto Blue Jay games. So took it, crossed it out, moved on. Sorry to be brief about it, but that's just what I do with AL Central games.
Fair enough. I'm going to shop around for a first 500 in this game.
All right, let's go back to the chat, and then we keep on rolling. Oilers, run line or puck line.
Yeah, I think the Oilers dominate that series.
I have a Joe. I love Joe Ryan Twins money line parlay. Don't like the Twins bats. I don't like Flaherty. Tigers can't hit Joe Ryan. Under. I like the under leaning towards the Tigers. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm going to go first 500 forward in this game, minus 115.
I like this matchup, but something tells me, Nick, you're going to be against me.
St. Louis Cardinals and Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers minus 125 road favorites, total 7.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have Gibson and Peralta in this matchup here. This line has dropped. Why? The line opened up at a 120. It's down to a 111 for the Brewers. So we've had a 9-cent line movement towards the Redbirds here at home. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 120. It's now a 7.5 at minus 110. So we have a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Cardinals. I have no ticket information. I would love to know this ticket information on the side to why this line is moving the way it is, because this is confusing to me. Because my initial thought was, got to bet the Brewers. The Brewers have the pitching edge. They've got the hitting edge. The bullpen edge I'll give towards the Cardinals right now, because when you look at their advanced analytics, their bullpen is slightly better. Peralta, 2.55 ERA, 0.68 whip, 13.25 strikeouts per nine, which is 39%. Awesome strikeout guy if you're looking for more props there. 1.02 walks per nine, a 235 BABIP, but 2.41 FIP, and a 1.83 Sierra. On the flip side, Gibson, 6.16 ERA, 1.21 whip, 5.21 strikeouts per nine, which is 14%, 2.84 walks per nine, a 222 BABIP, 641 FIP, and a 4.74 Sierra. He's not looked very good, and he's due for some negative regression, which probably might keep me off this game in general, because I'd like an under in this game. 126 WRC plus for the Brewers against righties, which is third in baseball, and an 87, which is 24th for the Cardinals. Everything screams Brewers in this game. My concern is, why is this line moving towards the Cardinals? And I would like to see this market mature a little bit, and for Action Network to be useful for once and give me the information I need that I pay for to know where this line's moving. So I would like to move on the Brewers. I don't know why this line's moving the way it is.
Well, we're going to move on the Brewers. And I just feel like the Cardinals are kind of one of those teams that I want to call them like the Yankees, where the Cardinals always get money towards them. The lines always move, or the line always moves towards them, or they reenact their line movements. To me, look a lot like Oakland Athletics. They always line moves always towards them. And that's why, or they're always against Milwaukee, one or the other. And that's why you always love the freaking Cardinals. I don't get the Cardinal love. I'm not big on the Cardinals this year. I think the Cardinals finished last place in that division. I'm on Milwaukee. Peralta pitching advantage. I really like that spot. So I'm going to be on the Milwaukee Brewers in this one.
This market's just too confusing for me to make a move on this game. I would have liked the Brewers in this game, but not everything correlates for me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna still put it out. And then for that Orioles game, real quick, Nick, did you say you had anything on the side?
I lean over. I did not have anything on the side.
All right, then I'm going to be putting up Orioles as well. Back to the chat, Nick, please.
Yep. Let's see. Did that? What's the weather? I see wind. I didn't see my. I didn't really look. The Oilers have been gifted a trip to the Western Conference Finals. I kind of agree.
Think you could ever say something like that.
I think the Oilers, their trip to the Western Conference Finals, is I think going to go through the Kings and the Preds. I think that's the way that their playoff trip is going to go, is through LA and Nashville, which when you look through what Colorado is going to go through, which is through Winnipeg and through Dallas to make the Western Conference Finals, I think they'll be more battle tested by that point. Brewers, the Brewers owe me money. Brewers money line. Gibson can get hit, absolutely could. Both pitchers give up 3 runs against each other in 6 innings last showing. Twins and Tigers. Twins parlay piece. Yeah, Yelich isn't playing. Yeah, that could move the line a little bit. Nick, have you seen the playoff bracket as brutal, as hard as this year's Central bracket? Yes, I have before. I mean, the Eastern Conference a couple years ago was. I mean, you look at the Atlantic Division just the last few years with Florida, with Boston, with Tampa Bay, and with Toronto is always going through hell. So no, I understand what you're getting at. I don't think the Winnipeg Jets are a team that's built for the playoffs, though. So can't trust Flaky. Fair. Definitely Brewers. The Brewers are the most bipolar team in the league.
Facts.
Yeah. Where y'all go, the Reds game, missed that breakdown. We didn't have a line for it, so we didn't break it down. Hard Rock is crazy, bro. Yeah. How Marlins game gets postponed with the pitchers for today, but they can't keep. But they just what? But they just for me for Saturday. No cash out or none. That was almost English. Maybe triple Brewers first 5 run line -1.5
sure.
And then 2.
I don't like the Cardinals, and I don't like Gibson.
Yeah. Royals first 5, and I agree with Nick. The Brewers line dropping from -130 is fishy. It makes me think that the Cardinals are the play, which scares me. That's why I'm not betting this game. I want to see what the market does, what the actual ticket count is, though. Bovada usually counts as a push if the day changes. Yeah. Dallas Vegas is going to be a war. Yes. Mel, that means if the Avalanche beat the Jets, which I think they will, they're going to get crushed, the winner of this series. Because Dallas Vegas is going 7. And it's going to be a long, physical series, which I think is not going to play out well for the winner of that series, which I have Dallas in 7. That's my early prediction. I have no interest in actually betting that series or like maybe a series future, unless you were getting a really nice number on either team, then maybe. But and then you're getting Vegas having all their players return. It's going to be I think if Colorado beats Winnipeg, which I think they do, they make the Western Conference Finals. I truly do. I'm typing. I'm high and typing fast, almost English. Yeah. Sorry, I was stumbling over the words. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Are you guys doing an NHL playoff series predictions on this show?
Balling out tonight for me at least.
Fair. Yeah, I'll probably do something. I don't know what yet. I think, Tim, I think that's something I should be doing, but okay.
Balling out's my thing. Thank you.
No, not the balling out NHL playoffs prediction.
You could do one too.
All right. It just means the Jets will have a shot in the second round. I don't think the Jets make it past the first round though. So I think the Avalanche are favored in that series for a reason. I truly do. I'm on VGK in that series. I could see VGK at a nice dog price. Morning, gentlemen. Morning. You want to talk built for the playoffs? VGK are the team. They absolutely are. Because half their team magically is healthy for game 1. It's easy to be a playoff team when you're 50 million over the salary cap. I'm joking, but they're like 15 million over the salary cap. But yeah. New playoffs, same series in the West. Yeah. I'm taking Nashville, Colorado, Dallas, and LA. I like Nashville, Colorado, Dallas, but I'm looking Nashville. Or not Nashville. I'm reading Nashville there. But I like Edmonton. Nashville, Winnipeg, Edmonton, and who knows? Yeah. Fair. Let's head to the next matchup here. The Colorado Rockies hosting the Seattle Mariners, -130 for the Mariners, total of 10.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have Dakota Hudson and Emerson Hancock, your pitching matchup in this one here. Line opening up with the with the Mariners as minus 125 favorites. It's now minus 131. Line open up at 11.5. It's all gone all the way down to a 10.5 now. So a full run line movement down and a move towards the Mariners. 62% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is coming on the Rockies. Line moving towards the Mariners here. 75% of the tickets, 96% of the cash on the under in this game, which explains the one run line movement down for this one. Emerson Hancock is not off to the greatest starts this year. 7.98 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 6.75 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 1.23 walks per nine, a 3.19 BABIP, a 6.06 FIP, and a 4.20 SIERA. Dakota Hudson, not somebody I trust either, though. 4.15 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 5.71 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%. 3.12 walks per nine, a 2.37 BABIP, a 3.72 FIP, and a 4.70 SIERA. I want to take a look here. Emerson Hancock, he's pitched in 3 games, and he's pitched a total of 14 2/3 innings pitched. So he hasn't really pitched too much this year. Actually, he has a decent sample size. Dakota Hudson, this is his 4th appearance as well, where his 2 home starts, his 1 home start, he gave up 3 earned runs against the Rays. So, and then when you look at the hitting here, obviously the bullpen advantage goes to the Mariners pretty simply there, and then the hitting advantage, 93 WRC plus, which is 19th for the Mariners against righties, and then for the Rockies, 87, which is 23rd. Maybe I'm simplifying this too much, but the line's moving towards the Mariners. The bigger bets are coming in on the Rockies, but yet the market's showing no concern for that whatsoever as they make the price more appealing to bet the Rockies at home. Granted, the only time you want to back the Rockies is at home, but when you give me a number like this for the Mariners, I'm going to take the minus 135 to fade the Rockies here. Mariners minus 135 here against the Rockies on Bet365.
It's hard to if you're going to fade the Rockies, I would rather do it on the road when they're on the road. Seattle, Hancock has, although I think he's going to be a solid player. He was a 1st-round pick. I just don't think he's quite there yet. And laying 135 or 130 is tough for me in general. Laying it on the road is a no-no. I want really nothing to do with this game. Just another game that I did not get to. So I do like plays on this card, but I'm just not trying to go crazy with a lot of plays. Although baseball's been going good, so.
Yeah.
Mariners, Rockies, under. I can see that. Hancock, over 4.5 strikeouts. What a beautiful name.
The Rockies are a really good strikeout team to fade with strikeout props.
Mariners, run on money line, smash spot. Air here in Denver is cold, wet, and dense. Snow tonight. Both offenses are horrible. Under. I could definitely see that tonight. Rockies, for me, usual Marlins, Nerfy, and in Kansas City, Washington, and St. Louis. Okay. Cold and rainy in Colorado tonight.
So this game may not go off.
Okay. We'll be spitting snow. Is it fade Yamamoto day? Sounds good to me.
So, any day is a day to fade the Dodgers.
I like that. Yeah, any day is a good day to fade the Dodgers. Okay. I have no interest in this game, Nick.
Yeah, with the San Diego Padres and the Toronto Blue Jays, the Padres minus 115 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. We see this line open up at a 125 for the Padres, and it's dropped all the way down to a 112. We have this line open up in an 8.5 at minus 105. It's an 8.5 minus 101. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, basically nothing. Thank you once again, Action Network, for being completely and utterly useless. 78% of the tickets are on the Padres, and that's all the information I've got. So Action Network's really pissing me off. We have Yariel Rodriguez taking on Matt Waldron. I believe Matt Waldron's the knuckleballer for the San Diego Padres. Yair Rodriguez has pitched once this year. He gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, and 3 2/3 innings pitched against the Colorado Rockies at home. So he pitched well against the Rockies at home. Big deal. Matt Waldron on the flip side. This is his second home start of the year. His first one, he gave up 4 earned runs against the Cardinals. This is his fourth appearance, a 3.14 ERA, 1.47 whip, 10.15 strikeouts, 10.05 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 3.77 walks per nine, at 326 BABIP, a 3.13 FIP, and a 3.98 SIERA. Bullpen advantage going towards the Padres here in this game, and the hitting advantage confusing me why this line is moving towards the Blue Jays with the majority of the bets coming in on the Padres, which will end up keeping me off this game. Pass.
Oh, it's a Blue Jays game. So I mention it every day. I know it's kind of annoying at this point, but it's a team I didn't get at all last year. And I'm here to make money. I don't make money on Blue Jays games, so I don't bet them. Simple enough. Padres, money line. Padres. Good luck, guys. This game I will have interest in. By the way, I got
and you guys already know where I'm going for this game. So let's get into it here. We have the New York Mets and the LA Dodgers. We have Yoshinobu Yamamoto taking on Sean Manaea in this matchup here. Let's take a look at the line history here, where it's opened up with the Dodgers as minus 210 favorites, and it's gone down to a minus 190. Line opened up at an 8.5 at even money, and it stayed there. We have 26% of the tickets and 98% of the cash coming in on the Mets, and the line moving towards the Mets. 50% of the tickets, 83% of the cash is coming in on the over in this game as well, with the line not moving. This is pretty plain and simple for me. You guys know I'm betting against the Dodgers every game. So this will be a Mets money line spot for me. I actually like the way Sean Manaea has pitched this year. He had the one poor start. Other than that, he's been solid. 4.3 ERA, 1.36 whip, 11.05 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 4.3 walks per nine, a 324 BABIP, a 3.47 FIP, and a 3.85 SIERA. We got Yamamoto, 4.5 ERA, 1.06 whip, 11.81 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%, 2.25 walks per nine, a 289 BABIP, a 3.14 FIP, and a 2.73 SIERA. The bullpen advantage, Tim, get this, it's a massive one for the Mets. 2.76 FIP, which is the best bullpen FIP on the slate, and a 2.96 bullpen SIERA, which ranks fourth on the slate. The Mets bullpen has been awesome this year. 4.49 and 3.76 for the Dodgers. Hitting advantage obviously does go towards the Dodgers. Against lefties, though, the Dodgers struggle a little bit compared to what they do against righties. Still struggling for them is 109 WRC plus, which is 11th in baseball. The Mets against righties, 95 WRC plus, which is 16th. I'm going to be on the Mets money line today, fading the Dodgers every game because they're overpriced.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby, let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
All right. That should say enough. This is the Dodgers team that's lost 3 out of the last 4 series. They lost series to the Cubs, to the Nationals, and to the Padres. The only series they won, actually, yeah, it was 2-1 over the Twins in the last 4 series.
Fading the Dodgers has been profitable this year.
There you go. I think all 3 of our betting every single days has been profitable this year.
Yep.
To be honest, we should have looked at each other, went, all right, fade Marlins, fade Dodgers, and Orioles every day should have been something.
The tough part is going to be when the Marlins play the Dodgers, which is probably going to be Marlins money line for me because it's a minus 300 fade most likely.
There you go. But yeah, Mets coming into this one, winning 10 out of the last 13. Hopefully they bring Mr. Jazzy guy to LA, give him tickets to that game. The rally pimp. But no, this has been a Mets team that's been hitting, and they've got the best ERA in the National League, and they don't even have their ace yet. So this has been a Mets team that's been really, really solid. And I got plus 176 for their money line. So yeah, give me the Mets tonight.
I got plus 170 on DraftKings. I also used my up to promo on DraftKings on the Mets money line as well. Plus 170.
The marquee matchup of the night. Yeah, it's definitely pass. Funny how big the line moves to Canucks yesterday killed the Jets.
Well, the Jets sat everybody.
Yeah. Numbers say LA. I don't know what numbers you're using. Under first 5 in the Mets game. And Mets. I could see that. All right, Nick. One more baseball game, and we're going to have to fly through those NBA games.
Yeah, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants. We have -125 for the Giants, total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this spot here between Blake Snell and the debut of Jordan Montgomery. Line opened up at a 115. It's up to a 122 for the Giants. Line opened up at an 8, -105. It's now a 7.5 at +105. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the Giants in this game here. 69% of the tickets nice, and 93% of the cash is coming in on the Diamondbacks, with the line moving towards the Giants. Makes me very, very interested in the San Francisco Giants in this game. We have nothing on the total. This is Jordan Montgomery's first start of the year. On the flip side, Blake Snell has been terrible. Granted, he's pitched in what? This is his third appearance for the Giants this year. He's just had no spring training, which was the problem. This is his third start of the year, and he gave up 3 earned runs in 3 innings against the Nationals, and then he gave up 7 earned runs in Tampa Bay in 4 innings pitched. So he does not look good, but I think this is a good matchup for him. When we look at what the Texas not the Texas Rangers. I need to know what the Arizona Diamondbacks have done against the Arizona Diamondbacks have done against against lefties this year. Did I type that in right? I want to make sure I got the right numbers here. Against left-handed pitching, Arizona ranks 4th in baseball at 129 WRC plus. That's a big difference. That's a big difference compared to the Texas Rangers against lefties, which I think I typed in the Texas Rangers because my spreadsheet hadn't updated for to be a Diamondback yet. So I only want the Giants in this game, but there's another starter. There's 3 starters today that I would like to know what they look like before I want to back them at all. Quentin Priester, Justin Verlander, Jordan Montgomery. This is a pass for me.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much good stuff from Blake Snell yet, and this is the first start of the year for Montgomery with no spring training. It's just one of those spots. I need to see Montgomery pitch a little bit before making a judgment because he can either go 6 strong shutout innings or get absolutely blown to pieces and be out after 1 1/3. So once again, passing on this one. I got my 5 MLB plays that I really like, so we'll run with that one. And then we'll talk. We'll quickly. I'll back to the chat, and then we'll go over both NBA games, and then I'll have you close out the show. Debating up 2 promo for Mets or Nationals.
I put it on the Mets.
I know Nick likes the Astros, so under. Giants looked good yesterday. They did after a weird travel spot. Heat and Kings 2-teamer. I like both of those. The Snakes are inconsistent, but I like them here first 5.
I don't think Arizona's good. I think they're overrated, like a little bit like the Marlins because of their playoff run last year.
All right, Nick. We're going to quickly run through both games in the NBA, and then I'll have you close out the show. Just in case anybody doesn't know, I need to leave a couple minutes early. We just moved into a new apartment, and furniture people coming with a new dining room set, so I need to be home for that.
All right, let's get into it then. We'll kick it on off here with the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. The Heat are 2-point favorites with a total of 206 in this spot. Line opened up around a 1.5. It's up to a 2 for Miami. And I believe this line is with Jimmy Butler out. Line opened up at 209.5, and it's gone all the way down to a 206. I do think defense is going to be a part of this game. I truly do. And I kind of like the under in this game, and I kind of like the Bulls in this game, or not the Bulls in this game, the Heat in this game. Bulls team total under, I think that was what I was on my mind. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one. See, as we do have 53% of the tickets and 66% of the cash is on the Bulls, with the line moving towards the Heat, with 64% of the tickets, 97% of the cash on the money line, and the line moving towards the Heat as well. 75% of the tickets and 77% of the cash is on the over, and yet this line's moving towards the under. And I would like to attack this a couple ways. I think I'm going to go with the under in this game. And I kind of want to go with the Heat in this game. I'm going to go Heat money line in the under, I think, in this spot. I'm kind of interested in the Chicago team total under, which is around a 102.5, which seems a little low. And maybe this is just, maybe I stay off the side in this one here with Miami, and I go first half full game under. I do think this is just a low scoring game in this spot. So I'm gonna shop around. I'm seeing 101.5 minus 130 for a first half under, and the full game under 206.5 on both on Fanatics. I'm gonna move on that. I'm gonna go first half full game under for this game.
I'm gonna be on the Heat in this one. Obviously, I just don't. I'm not a believer in this Bulls team. That's strictly it. And I know Butler's out, but even with Butler out, I still believe that this Heat team is better than the Bulls. Heat are still favored for a reason. And even if Butler was in right now, it's a 2. What do you think? It's a 4-point spread if Butler's in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're losing that much value on it. I got Heat money line at minus 123. That's where I'm going for that one. And then I'm going to quickly jump into this one, Nick, because I'm going to have to jump out. But I like the Kings personally in this one. Granted, I bet that before hearing about the Zion Williams news. But at the same time, I've been saying that the Kings were going to get the 8 seed since before the plans. So, and I still believe that, although I did think it was going to be against the Lakers here, which would have been a lot easier of a play. But I do like the Kings in this one. I just think without Zion, this Pelicans team is going to struggle. And a banged-up Ingram is not going to help either. I don't want to say they're a shell of themselves, but this Pelicans team is not the same team that we been seeing throughout the regular season. If the Pelicans wanted to have a shot to make a deep run in the playoffs, they would have had to get that 6 seed. Unfortunately for them, they did not get there. So this one ends up being a bad spot for them. Give me the Kings. I got their money line at minus 111, and it's moved up. So I like the Kings in this one. But have fun with breaking down the rest of the slate and then closing it out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, let's get into the line history in this one here with the Sacramento Kings and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Kings opened up as 1.5 point dogs in this game. The line flipped with the Zion news. That's pretty plain and simple why it moved the way it did. Is once they became once Zion was announced out, they moved from plus 1.5 to minus 1.5. The line moved 3 points because of that. Line opened up at a 218.5, and it's dropped all the way down to a 210.5 in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one, where we have 78% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the spread now for the Kings. Well, I think the public is overreacting over this Zion news, and I'm not saying that's what Tim did because he bet that before the Zion injury. And then we have 61% of the tickets, 60% of the cash on the over and the line dropping, which is interesting there. 56% of the tickets, 96% of the cash is on the Kings in this one here. I would like to back the Pelicans here. I could see the Kings taking over late, though. So I would like the Pelicans in the first half here is the way I'm going to go in this game. I would like to fade the injury report. I think they step up early, and then over the full game is where I'm truly worried about with the New Orleans Pelicans. So I'm going to get in and get out here. And I'm actually going to go first quarter, first half with the Pelicans in this game. So I'm gonna double down on these Pelicans because I want to back these Pelicans. I don't trust them for the full game though, is the way I'm thinking with this one here. So I'm gonna move on this first quarter money line minus 110 and first half at minus 105. I'm actually going to take the first half plus a half at minus 115. I'll pay the extra 10 cents just in case it's a tied game at halftime. First half plus a half minus 115 as well. So that's where I'm going to be going for this game. I'm taking the Pelicans first quarter, first half. Both these on bet 365 for the first quarter money line and the full first half plus a half at minus 115 with the Pelicanos here in this one. Let's see. Yo. What's good, Joe Kryptonite? Sup, Joe? I like that under, too, because it's Miami. Yeah. Bam Pra and lean under. And my brain confuses me, Montgomery and Tyone. Yeah. That's fair. But that is it for today's card. Quick little recap, and then we will head on out for this one here. Let me track this properly because I accidentally clicked the button. There we go. Plus the half there. All right. We are in baseball. I'm on the Chicago Cubs -1 on Fanatics. I got Chicago and Philadelphia first 5 under 4.5 -125 on Bet365. Shop around. There's better lines, or there's not better lines, but the lines have moved. There's 4.5 still out there, just not on Bet365. Yankees -1 on Bet365. Oakland Athletics first 5 +140 on BetMGM. First 5 under 4 -115. Detroit and Minnesota on ESPN Bet. Seattle -135 on Bet365. The New York Mets +170 on DraftKings. In the NBA, first half under 101.5 -130. Full game under 206.5 -110. Chicago, Miami. And then Pelicans first quarter money line and first half money line as well on this one. And I did not mean to. I tracked that one wrong. Let's hide that so I can get the first quarter money line tracked, not the full first half. Because I had clicked tracked first half and full for plus a half and first half minus plus a half. So I did not want that. So that one's on Bet365 at plus or -105. There we go. But that is everything for today's show. Want to thank you guys as always for watching. We will catch you guys same time, same plays for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Find the outro. There we go. Good luck, guys.